So hopefully this is my last video with no ambient sound, because I've bought some new recording gear, but this is just a quick tour of what I could see from my stand. I've actually got this nice little gully of vegetation that goes up the middle of this valley, which the foxes use as a bit of a highway between the lower ground of this valley and up on the ridgeline. And I actually catch a lot of foxes going up and down this alleyway. I did actually see a fox walk along up the hill, and it hid inside the grass, which I knew he was there, so it was just a matter of time before I got him to come out. But yeah, it's a great little gully, good high position over the full view, and I did do a quick call which brought him out of hiding, which is exactly where he disappeared. And he's coming up to investigate me. Now I've gone from standing with shooting sticks, so I could scan with the thermal, drop down on my guts, which effectively put me into dead ground. And that's the problem with thermal. You sort of don't get a good appreciation of the land because you're in pitch black. So I've really put myself in probably not the most ideal spot. So I actually I do a fair bit of waiting here just to try and be patient. I get up and kneel, and I'm kneeling here, which is fairly unsteady, but I could see that he's still progressing his way towards me. So I dropped back on my guts and I was doing quiet kiss calls into the grass, and he just kept coming in. So I knew pretty much I was going to get my shot. It was just a matter of time, so I just kept the calls very quiet, and that's fox number one down. And what I immediately started doing is I stood up and started calling again straight away, and probably about 3 minutes later a second one came in. So it's a good tip for young players is always continue to call for another at least 3 or 4 sets, just to make sure there's not a second or third one coming in. So this one here, he was sniffing up a tree. I kiss called him and he just started bolting at me, and I changed position again from shooting sticks down to a prone position, and then I just start playing a patient waiting game. It gets awfully tempting to stand up and take the shot standing, but I run a pretty heavy gun with thermal, and standing shots become very unstable in a very short amount of time with arm fatigue. So I just kept scanning. I knew he was coming. I was just doing quiet kiss calls. I've got a good backdrop with the upside of the gully, which I know nothing's in. All the stock is up in the top left of screen, if you like, in a safe position. So it's the waiting game. And it's, I've got to say, I've been doing this a lot of years, and it still gets tempting to quickly change your position all the time, but I just kept patient. And as you know, with foxes, you're never quite sure whether they're going to do that direct line or push a flank on you. And I was actually expecting him to push around to the right. Now that shot actually went low. His wounds were fatal. But he did start to head off the gully. He wasn't taken out. So I quickly acquire him here and put an end to him. But he definitely, I'd suggest he wouldn't have made it off the field with the injuries he had. But I just made sure, and that put that pair down, and that was a mating pair. It's mating season, so that's one less litter of foxes that will be a problem next summer.